Well, you might be wondering why Bitcoin fell so much and all the other crypto fell so much. And it turns out there might be a little bit of an explanation. So yeah, why don't we take a look? Shoot, where'd that go? This is from the block. Crypto market sees hold on. Here we go. Crypto market sees 295 million in liquidations across exchanges over the past 24 hours. That's a lot. Bitcoin long liquidations reached nearly 77 million in the past 24 hours as the price fell below 58,000. And I really think when you see these big liquidations, that's kind of the it's kind of the engine clearing stuff out of the carburetor. Once you clear the carburetor, you're ready to roll, ready to run. Bitcoin has been beset by heavy selling pressure in the past 24 hours, causing the digital asset to fall below the $60,000 support level, reaching a recent low of around 57,800. And as I said earlier on the stream, remember, we're still up like 90 some percent. I just want to go show that again. Well, it fell a little bit, I guess. So 89%, so just under 90%, right? So to put this in perspective, this is still like, this is the mini part. We're falling a bit, we clear some out, and then we should be pumping up, late August, early September, maybe October, but it's on its way if it follows the pattern it usually has. There are over 77 million in Bitcoin long liquidations across centralized exchanges in the past 24 hours out of a total of 92 million in liquidated BTC positions, according to data from CoinGlass. The broad cryptocurrency market saw over 295 million in liquidations on centralized exchanges, with around 259 million in long positions. And I always wonder why. There are people that just put in bad bets. Could be. Ether, the second largest cryptocurrency, also faced significant liquidations, with over 71 million liquidated, of which 60 million were long positions. Liquidations happen when a trader's position is automatically closed due to insufficient funds to sustain it. Yeah, so these were people doing leverage trades. I just don't do that. Just don't. Don't do any of this stuff. Just buy and hold. You'll be fine. You can make it up that way. You don't have to try to make these massive gains with these huge bets. This is gambling. Typically caused by market fluctuations that erode their initial margin or collateral. Despite a recent drawdown in the cryptocurrency market, derivatives traders are positioning for price increases in the coming months, particularly for Ether, analysts said. Which I think that's just what I told you. That's just what I've been saying. Like we should be positioning for price increases because it's probably coming. Which, by the way, just buy and hold is not a bad strategy. Or dollar cost averaging, where you just buy a little bit, like maybe every time you get a paycheck, you put a little bit in the crypto. I think that's a good way to do it. And with stocks, they usually tell you don't try to time the market, and I agree with that. Index funds, I just buy them when I have extra money to throw in them. I throw it in. That's the best way to do it. But with crypto, you have these really legible cycles, and that's why I usually, when things are at all-time lows, or a big low from the all-time highs, like a 70%, 80% pull down, that's when I start pumping my bags, and then I usually sell off when we start reaching all-time highs. So Thursday's QPC Capital report expanded on the factors that could cause prices to break out of the current downtrend. The analysts offer two dynamics that could drive a reversal and further price correction. Liquidation clusters on Bitcoin and Ether are heavily skewed to the top side, opening up potential short squeezes, the QCP Capital analyst added. They also said spot Ethereum exchange-traded funds, S1 form approvals are incoming, and that an approval may result in a hard bounce in Ether. The report added that given the recent sell pressure on Bitcoin, driven by factors like Mt. Gox and signs of minor capitulations, Ether has this potential for a stronger rebound. I wonder about that because, I think a lot of people thought that was going to happen with Bitcoin. And the thing is, by the time it happened, it was already priced in. Like people had already saw that coming, and they'll see this coming too. So I wouldn't expect a big, huge market mover just from this. You never know. I mean, I'm skeptical of that. Let's just say that. The QCP Capital Market report stressed that Bitcoin miners are showing signs of capitulation. Historically, this has been associated with a bottom in prices, with the last comparable hash rate drawdown occurring in 2022 when Bitcoin had traded to 17,000. According to Crypto Quant report on Wednesdays, there are various signs of minor capitulation, which historically has indicated a bottom in prices. The report noted that for most of the period since April, miners have been extremely underpaid. According to the data provider's metrics, CryptoQuant said that most daily revenues for miners have decreased from 79 million on March 6th, to 29 million currently. So yeah, I guess we'll see. That's kind of what I'm expecting anyway. HP says September crypto legislation. You want to say what type of legislation you're talking about? Because there's quite a bit approved. There's a bunch of SEC filings recently that seem to be attacking crypto that I find a little bit troubling. And I don't know why. I don't know why crypto had to align on left or right. Seems kind of crazy. But for whatever reason, it seems like right-leaning politicians are supporting crypto. And I don't know if that's just because a bunch of left-leaning ones have been calling it out. I know Elizabeth Warren and Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, were caught colluding on questions. So they were discussing it. They got caught basically discussing the questions that she would ask him beforehand, which, I mean, it seems pretty bad to me. Bart says, you think 30K algo is enough for the upcoming bull run? Well, I mean, it depends. It depends on what you mean by enough. What are you trying to do? It depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, it's kind of a hard question to ask, I guess. And by the way, welcome to the show. Thanks for watching. I'm just going to check Kick really quick to see if anybody. Yeah, so I mean, 30,000 could be enough. Depends what you want to do. If it reaches $1, well, you got 30,000, so that's pretty good. Oh, I might be the viewer actually on Kick. It just occurred to me. If it reaches $2, you got 60K. You know, if it reaches 3 or 4, then you're in the six. And if it reaches $4, you're in the six-figure club. So depends on what you want. I'm not expecting it to go much more than $3. So if it went a little bit over 3, you know, you might hit 100K, and you know, that's cool. That's fun. But like I said, crypto for me, Algorand for me, it's less about price, and it's less about price action, because I just think they're better coins for price action. We've seen that play out this year so far. But Algorand, I just like the ecosystem. You know, there's fun stuff to do in it.